Hey everybody, this is today's little drawing schedule. We're gonna focus on drawing the hands, but last time we were on the wall. Today we're on paper. And don't worry, after I do a brief kind of step by step, we're gonna go to a clean piece of paper and draw a dragon claw. I just kind of want to go through these things. Your dragon head. Let me say this. I'm making a dragon and I kind of want you to follow along. And if you'd like to, that's awesome. You know? Let's start with we're starting with the claw, but let's visualize the dragon in our head, right? It's got a head, it's got horns. Let's not worry about the details. Let's worry about a little snake body that reaches down, his arms, you know, past all the scales of the dragon, and there were cool spines that you're going to get to learn how to draw. And for the sake of it, we're going to do wave water decorations and maybe wind decorations and plants. And that one before had a butterfly, you know? Just go through it.
My name too.
Here's one. I grabbed these off I sit and I draw, and I just have ones that I have drying and stuff. But we can get to where we're going. Obviously, we're at the head again. We gotta start with the claw. How I start with the claws, I think about 3 fingers, right? And then your nail should come out right here. And this is just pretty long fingers when you actually look at them, about the size of that. You know, obviously you can draw things smaller, just, you know. But maybe it helps me a little bit to make them as big. You know, however it helps you to draw these things.
So don't hurt yourself.
Notice the 3 fingers in the claw and one digit. Click your knuckles, click your other knuckle. They move. Kind of get that played with. Get a few sheets of paper, you know. Uh, little dragon things. Dragons. Story is they're a fantasy creature, probably, right? I can't really find them. They got probably carnivorous based on the fangs and wise on the whiskers. They got antlers like a deer or something like that, kind of. And hair, and I think it's like a mane. You know, that's how we go. And I think the claws kind of look like chicken feet, which is funny because they're kind of a chimera creature, right? They say their scales are based on a corpse, you know, but and they come from the water. That's why you draw a lot of water. And these are bubbles, but you saw a pearl is always in their hands, like Dragon Ball, you know. This is in the pile because I'm supposed to remind y'all about the next one that we're gonna do. It's probably gonna be drawing a tiger, and then we're gonna start with the tiger's eye, and then back to the claw of dragon. This huge pile of artwork over here. So we can get past this introduction and into our actual drawing lesson. But I think thinking about what you're drawing is very important. You got to visualize and practice. Make a few before you make a big one. All right. Now this one has a funky claw. When I was penciling them out, but I kind of liked his body. I stopped at a point. You see, focusing again on the claws. Maybe we can tear apart this claw to see what's good and what's bad about it. I guess that's a very good angle. You see, he's a 4 claw here. He got a thumb. Some people call that unlucky. Obviously, when you're drawing a dragon claw, you want to think about the dragon arm or a human arm and the shoulder. You want to think about all these muscle groups right here. You know, this wasn't drawn from this; it was drawn from memory. But maybe you see that muscle group matching a little bit backwards, forwards. It's a little bit of a human hand, a chicken arm. You know, and they kind of are the same backwards and forwards. Typically, I see a little bit of scale pattern that's flat on the front, going all the way down to the wrist, the back of the wrist, maybe the front of the wrist, maybe both, and then the fish scale pattern is what I also see a lot. It's been about 6 minutes. Let me see my pile so I can teach you more. We started doing. Obviously, you just keep practicing. You get to the back of the leg, go up. We're going to do our own, don't worry, everybody. We're going to draw our own handy pieces of dragon that you can put back together and make them any pose you want. And we'll probably look at pictures of snakes, stuff like that you can get a pose for your dragon. Funny thing about a dragon versus a snake is the dragon's got a set of arms and a set of legs and a horns and stuff like that. A snake has a belly, but you don't very see it. It's always got it to the ground, but a dragon rears up often for artistic flourish, I suppose. Let's move on to our next slide here. Hope everybody has a nice drink. This is a book by I have to cover the front. Now this creature, these are I found that practicing on goldfish really kind of learned the scale a little bit. Obviously goldfish are fatter than a dragon, but goldfish is a smaller version of a carp, and a carp turns into a dragon. So they say there's even in some pictures of like a carp
It's great to see you.
with a dragon
What are
head.
you doing?
Yeah.
Sit arms.
Where did that go? So imagine this one. I don't mind. That's the nice thing about saving drawings that you thought were gonna die. It would stick it on the head, like that little tail, and sometimes they turn these little fins into dragon claws. Now let me get you all set up. I can get away with this. Yeah. It's an anatomy book. I don't want to show that on YouTube. So I won't be lifting up this piece of paper again. Take our handy dandy pencil, make sure it's sharp, double check. We all know it's just a drawing class. I'm going to start with those 3 claws we were looking at earlier. I guess I'll draw them big. Way bigger than I'm used to drawing. No, I don't know about that. Breathe. Some people might ask me, Dylan, why do you put that many details? Mostly because sometimes you equate details with fanciness. And you'll hear me counting 1, 2, 3, up to whatever number. Now we got the claw, the first one. Oftentimes, I do a free thought second and third claws, all kind of making, little bananas. If you need a visual, you can take 3 bananas and arrange them however at the front of your claw, right? And you can kind of. Ooh, I just saw the timer. We're gonna have to wrap this up.
Sisters. He wanted out you that. He's just trying to be considered. The guys out here don't gotta be better. It's just separate.
Goodness gracious.
Classic biscuit. Who cares about
You're Russian, you make more mistakes.
From a woman. Oh, I miss you, Eugene. When will you come back to me?
But
well, you have fun with
they're
your
real
I'll settle for chasing
mistakes.
the boobs I can actually get my hands on.
You're so dumb. Those are nothing but skin bags. Don't you know that love and kindness are what's important?
Oh, I had no idea. You know a lot for someone who just had his cherry popped.
You shut up. You know what I'm talking about, right?
So, care stuff.
Oh, our leader is inexperienced. If you want to be a real man, you should at least know a woman or two.
Yeah, Orga. Listen to Mr. Know-It-All Cherry Boy.
I'm gonna punch your teeth in. Eugene, what
Will you
happened?
guys just shut up already? The only thing that matters to me is Tekkadan.
Are you sure it's recording? Yes, so. Hi, Biscuit. Hi, you. Hi, Jill.
I don't know if this is the best for y'all or for what y'all are using. A brush might be even quicker. I'm sort of just brushing, motorizing my finger hand, the tips of my fingers, so they're doing little twists while I'm sketching. I suppose you would say, give it a little twist.
It's just that
You know?
too.
Inside the tip of your finger, so you can get kind of like a, obviously there's pulling a line, right? Goodness gracious, 3 minutes?
6 years
No,
younger.
you'll build a dragon
Just turned
within X many hours. I don't know how many hours it will take you to draw a dragon from scratch. Let's say this last 5 minutes was your first start to draw a dragon, right? And now you're already here with your 3. It'll come together in a second, right? Just keep working your fingers.
Tekkadan's paying me. I can help. She's safer now. That's what I care about. I sent her to a school. Though,
I feel like
it's just a dream.
I gotta get this
It's not
done
just a
in a
dream.
minute.
Now that we're a
Think you're in a
subsidiary of
race.
Tewas, our earnings should go up considerably.
Ah,
And if we succeed on this job, Tekkadan's name will get even bigger. You think so? You and I are a lot alike, Takaki. I want to put my twin sisters, Cookie and Cracker, to school too. I had no idea.
gotta get done.
Well then, in that case, I'll work even harder to make sure that my dream comes true. That sounds good.
This is where you might goof.
Let's do this.
All right. Here is little paw. I don't have time to explain. There's little paw pads. All right. They go in there. They all connect to the 3 points. You got your 3 arms. You can tell what's going on. All right, please watch for the next part where I'll start from here, and I guess we'll put 15 more minutes on besides the long amount of time I took to draw.
I shouldn't have gotten you
Actually,
involved in it.
the long amount of time I took to explain drawings. Oh, goodness, 30 seconds.
As long as we
Strong strokes. Anyway, guys, I'll work on your dragon claw, and you work on your dragon claw, and we'll meet up next time with more. Okay, I gotta stop.